Hello, everybody. It's me, James, from the Oracles of James Tyson podcast and videocast. Just letting you know what we have out right now, what came out last week, was an interview with a gentleman out of California, an author and filmmaker, my buddy Craig Campabasso. He is a very, very cool guy. We're going to have him back because what we're going to be talking about, I'm going to bring up the little background thing here and show you a picture of the book that he's actually just, well, I shouldn't say just put out. It's coming out. It's the Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. And I'm going to just zip a different camera out here so you'll be able to see it a little bit better and without me sitting in front of it. The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac, the ultimate guide to greys, reptilians, hybrids, and Nordics. And if you're interested in that book or like to see all the other stuff that Craig is involved in, his website is autobiographyofAnet.com. AutobiographyofAnet.com, and check it out there. And you actually order the book through that website and you'll get a signed copy of it. So it's interesting. We aren't going to go through it really in depth on the interview, but we will have a subsequent interview coming up here where we are going to pick a few of the ETs and drill down into them and where he got the information from and how he got all the data put together for the book and the 82 some species that is listed in his Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Again, it is on video for the Patreon subscribers right now who pay the big $3 a month. It eventually will work its way out to YouTube, but right now only the audio is out there everywhere you find a podcast. Subsequently to that, one of my buddies who I interviewed years ago, and it was just too long ago, a guy named Mark Nesbitt, he came on and we talked about his book, Civil War Ghost Trails, and we talked to him about a number of his other books that he's got together on the battlefield at Gettysburg. Now, Mark, for years, was a park ranger who worked the battlefield at Gettysburg, and over all the time he worked there, he was getting numbers of people coming, many people, many enough to write great series. I think he's in up to the 9th book in a whole series on Gettysburg ghosts. He is a historian, he's a paranormal investigator, and he runs Ghosts of Gettysburg tours. He owns this cool little house right in the kind of heart of downtown Gettysburg, and it's haunted, so you can do your paranormal investigation there. So we talked to him about that. Very, very cool guy. Please just Google Mark Nesbitt Ghosts, and you'll get all that information. Again, Ghosts of Gettysburg. Mark's a very, very cool guy, and I had a really good talk with him about that. And his name popped up. We were talking to Jim Mallard. I said it in French. Jim Mallard, a podcaster out of Pennsylvania, a friend of mine, who was telling me about his story of what he bumped into ghost-wise when he was wandering around the battlefields of Gettysburg. And that's where basically I said, I know a guy. I know this guy. We're gonna have to get Mark in here, and we're gonna have to talk about him. So I dragged Mark kicking and screaming back over, and his video's up. Again, you can hear the audio right now. There are a number of video casts that I've put up on the YouTube. You just go to the Oracles of James Tyson on YouTube. Please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And watch for more of these little blurbs. I've got another one. Actually, I've got a fellow coming up next week, and I'll record something else for him. Talk to you soon. I'm going to shut everything down here, and I really need a beer.